Hey friends, it's Gone Gaming here again. I'm going to walk through two really long comments that I got that raise some really important issues. We're going to do them both in one video. Again, if you have comments, questions, please put those down in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. So let's start off first with Rusi. This is more of a series of comments, and then we'll end up with Justin Perez had a great comment as well. So Rusi wrote, "Great video. Thanks for addressing my comment. That was in my crumbs gear for alts, deciding how many pieces of gear you should give from your alts to your main. Again, I still hold very strongly that until you get to 5-star gear on each of the pieces for your main, you should be funneling all of your alt gear to your main." Great video. Thanks for addressing my comment. I like you. I also have limited time to play and am committed to not spending any money at all. So I'm not technically committed to not spending any money at all. I just want to check a few things. One, the longevity of this game. I want to make sure that the devs are listening to the community. I want to make sure that they're invested. It's a little bit like leasing a vehicle. You pay a per monthly premium, and if the vehicle is worth more than when you started, you can actually sell it for more money. That's what a lot of people are doing right now. I can't do that with a video game though, so instead I'm taking it for a test drive, waiting to see what I get back. If I really like how they're treating me, then I can start investing money. And like I've said, I'm committed to the free-to-play experience until this channel starts paying me money, and then we'll be donating some of the proceeds from this channel to my student loan fund, and the other part of the proceeds will be going directly to funding gear for the character, new equipment like new computer parts, new RGB, all that stuff to make things beautiful. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm going. So for people like us, I'll just add that in, Seek, like you said, it all comes into how we want to prioritize our game time. Personally, I think the best value for time is in leveling alt simply because of the 5-star cards and 5-star cores you get from beating Maestro. That's true, but in my opinion, those things aren't going away, so you can do that whenever. But if it's a great point. Those rewards are absolutely game-changing for a free-to-play account. Some things that make it less of a pain. You also get that's the squad, the new squad tree with all those rewards. Those are actually really good. So you actually do, and some characters are like locked behind others. Like I'm doing Captain America as my alt that I've been working on for forever. But as soon as he gets to level 100, I'll be able to get an extra 100 potential for him, which is fine. His potential options are fairly trash, but I'll be able to get 100 for Black Widow, and her potential options are dope AF, notably crit rate and crit damage, both. Okay, so anyway, don't worry about which gear set your alts have. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine with any set bonus, even with a set or even without a set bonus. I do kind of disagree with that. I do think, at least, it's a little bit like making a D&D character or like any RPG character, right? Like I enjoy finding that armor set that works for them and creating a build around the character. Like I find that playing the tedious hours of replaying the same campaign for the third time all the way through is a little mind-numbing, and being able to like try to find those diamond in the rough armor sets is really cool. So yeah, I think that's worthwhile. Spend gold to upgrade their skills all the way to 10. Gold used to be scarce, but it's a lot better now. I agree with this. And you have to level them to 10 for challenges anyway. So I think that's a good threshold. I agree with that. I don't think you need to go all the way to 15 unless it's on like the one skill that you've built an armor set around that you can get lots of like mass damage with. That's the one skill I would think about taking at 15. From a general purpose PvE Omega card set out on your main's leftovers and use it on each alt. So I think that if you have like a PvP damage set, that can be really helpful, like super villain damage. I think that's a great point. I've been suggesting the Loki card set. I think that one's also really solid to use. Beyond that, it's just a matter of time, and personally, I choose to ignore Dark Zone entirely in order to find the time for leveling alts. However, that being said, my original comment was based on the assumption that leveling alts would continue past 100 to 110, and the changes that came with Dark Domain broke this assumption by moving XP out of story into Dark Zone. Unless this change is reverted, alts are now going to sit at 100 pretty much forever. Notably, you can get to 103 by doing the storyline and the side quests in Dark Domain, and hopefully when they release the second half of Dark Domain, you'll be able to at least get to like 106, so you can have 105 badges. But yeah, definitely hear you loud and clear on that one, Rusi. And then unless it's changed, pretty much forever. And as long as they remain at level 100, any gear sitting on them is wasted. So I think the original question of whether to fund gear to remain is now up in the air. That's Rusty saying that, who comes from a slightly different perspective where he really enjoyed funneling all of that gear to his characters as he leveled them all up. Which, you know, is play the game and have fun doing it. That's what matters most, in my opinion. It's a video game. But I just wanted you guys to hear his perspective, share my thoughts on some of those points. A lot that he had baked into there. So hope you appreciated that. On the same video, I had Justin Perez ask a really important question. I really wanted to dig into this. I'm going to walk you guys through how I do what I do. And we'll break it down for you. So, what do you mean by re-rolling on the bonus stats? I have a full 5-star set for Spider-Man and would definitely prefer to not have to crunch up other pieces to 5-star level. Part of me is happy that it only took 2 months to get a full 5-star set, but if this re-rolling thing does not involve re-crunching the matching pieces, I'm listening. Okay, I'm going to start with my Black Widow just to show you what I've done. And then we're going to actively do it on Captain America. So, five-star is kind of an interesting threshold because it takes so much gear to get 5-star. I think like the count is like almost 400 1-star pieces to get a 5-star piece. So it is a significant investment. It might be closer to like 200 to 300, but either way, and getting a 6-star is like 1,200. So I just want to preface this by saying that if you're concerned about leveling up alternative 5-star pieces so that you can then crunch those into 6-star pieces, that's a long play that you just might not have the patience for. And I certainly don't. So if you're kind of done at 6-star, I get it, man. At 5-star, I get it. But I do think that new players should be paying special attention to what I'm about to say. People that are in the mid game should be paying extra special attention. And that if you are in a situation like Justin, I still think that this is worth focusing on. So I have several 5-star heads here, for example. No chest pieces, no guns, no boots. And the reason for that is I got some lucky drops, but more importantly, I was trying to get this stat drop. And now, like, the attack's not great here. I didn't want the attack, but a 3 roll on crit damage. I had to roll this specific headpiece so that I could get the firearm expert skill, so I could get the sniper shot bonus damage. And I re-rolled for this specific head, I don't know, 50 times at least, maybe 70 times, just for the headpiece to try to get this crit damage roll. So, and this is another reason why I say to people, like, regional gear is really cool, and you do get like a nominal increase to this base attack stat, which is helpful, but you might get a whole bunch of like other rolls that aren't the best. And this is a good example. I got double crit rate and crit damage, so I got like 3 out of the 4, but guard damage I don't care about at all for Black Widow. She has really crappy guard damage attacks, and even the ones that do high guard damage that are not highest, like Captain America. So it really needs to be like Captain America and Spider-Man proccing guard damage, in my opinion. Maybe Captain Marvel as well, but I find pure damage a little bit better for her. So I'm going to continue actually trying to reroll another 5-star piece for her. It's just not top priority for me right now. We're going to do it on my alts first. And then for my gun, I got double dodge rate, which is what I was looking for. Quadruple dodge rate would have been amazing, but triple dodge rate I think would probably be kind of like the cat's meow, kind of a good happy middle ground. So we'll keep rolling for that. And then for the boots, I actually was happy with this spread. Stamina recovery and ultimate gauge recovery were both my goals. Cooldown decrease I don't really have a problem with. My current build requires a lot of stamina regeneration. I always run out of stamina in like blitzes and raids. So that's kind of where I've been focusing. But this gives you like an insight into you know, that you can start farming it. And these are some realistic expectations you can have by the time you get to 5-star, that you would have similar drops to these. So there's still like missing two options here. And I get like a bunch of like 4-star badges. Everybody I've been playing with has been rolling 5 stars, and I just get a ton of 4 stars. But I feel like those have gotten better. Oh, I actually didn't want to do that quite yet. I'm making another video on that. So let's go in and show you exactly how you would do this. And this is also like another helpful tip. If you get your 5-star pieces on your main, continue playing as your main to get the maximum number of most wanted pieces for the day. Because like you want your most wanteds. Obviously, I can't even get to them with my Captain America, but you want to be able to kill them as quickly as possible just to get them over with. But you'll see my bonus rewards will be 5 costume pieces. As soon as that's ready, so. And give me just 1 second here, trying to load into my Captain America. All right. Been a little slow today. Okay. So now we're going to come down to the costume cruncher. And what I have done for the purposes of this video, and been saving up for quite a while to do this, is I've gone ahead and transferred bunch of costumes, and we're gonna open all of these up. Oh my goodness, it's killing me, Smalls. All right, and then we want to find the right ones. Here we get like a whole bunch of them. Looks like we got some 3s, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to be I know that Dodge is the #1 build for Captain America, but realistically, probably going to be doing... This is obnoxious. Let's go ahead and dismantle all these 1 and 2s. This is really like one of the most annoying things about costumes. Is like I have 100 now. And I can't open this box, which is just obtuse. Let's just go ahead and dismantle all of these ones I'm not using. And let's just throw everything else in here. We need those defense boosters, but we'll worry about that later. All right. Okay, so now we'll come up here, and if you guys remember, I think right now I'm running like Secret Empire, but what I actually want to be doing is, I think World War II. Yes, Sentinel of Liberty skill. Coming to skills. This Vortex does 1311, does knockback. You do have to use some vibration gauge. I don't know why it shows this twice. It's so weird. But it does like the guard damage and additional damage. So they could just put additional damage and guard damage, but you know. I don't need to be their copywriter. Even this one still does 917 now. So that's definitely the one that I'm aiming for. I'd like to get the World War II just so we're able to do that. So we're going to come back in and come to the costume cruncher. And we're going to look for all of our World War II pieces. And I know what shields we are looking for, this distinct feature. So I'll just look for the ones that I recognize. Obviously, this has no other stats, so we're just going to take the first one, and then I'll grind up all of the ones in the same class just so I make sure. Oh my gosh. Of course I don't have. We're just going to have to dump some of these off. Here, we'll come back to these 2 stars in just a minute. And we'll do boots last. Do you usually want to make sure that you have a full set of the armor before you're spending all this time upgrading it? But I feel fairly confident about what we have. Alright, let's grab all of that. We might need to go get some more conversion by the time we're done, but I think I can just kind of show this just with shields. So go ahead and grind up these ones. Compress that down, and we'll just see what we get. Status effect resistance is not great, so that's probably going to be fodder. For him, we really are looking for defense or dodge rate. So dodge rate is great. I basically kind of like if I get dodge rate, we'll take dodge rate over defense. It's just slightly better. Although the defense specialization allows you to get that boost. Okay, and then this one dropped a little bit higher. I would not worry too much about the minor difference here of whether they're 1.8 or 1.9. Or like all things being equal, you probably want to take that. But as we grind up, you're gonna find that you rarely get the one that you want specifically. So World War II helmet, looks like we only got one. So that's by the luck of the draw a little bit. Oh my goodness, so obnoxious. Okay, critical damage is not a bad draw at all. So we got kind of lucky with that one. And now we know we can grind up all these other helmets except for the ones that come pre-locked. And you can unlock these in here as well. So I was saving some of these in case I needed to go a different direction, but I was able to get enough costumes here. We shouldn't have a problem. And I believe these ones are the World War II suits. So we'll just start with the helmets, and I just kind of go top to bottom. I know I can get rid of all of these. Let me just make sure that one's not a regional piece. This one is the regional piece. Let's not grind up that one. You definitely want to keep your regional pieces. So Xander and New Stark City. Okay. Select this, come back in, and again, you can just basically to level 2, just grind them all up. And you can go ahead and like lock them if you want to. Considering that this is most likely just going to be like a PvE build just to level my Captain America, crit damage sounds pretty good to me, but he doesn't have that high crit rate, so just like pure attack is honestly going to be a good, reasonable option for my chest and fists. Oh, missed one there. All right, basic attack, that's great. Base attack, not basic attack. Base attack, it's getting some good options. This is really, you really want to get as many options as you can for each armor piece, even though it feels like, oh, I have so many of these. We're going to need a lot of pieces to grind these up and up and up. So looks like we are now good on all of these ones. We can get rid of these locks. We just need boots now. So we have 3 shield options, 5 chest options, 1 helmet option. So let's just pop back over here. Fortunately, don't have limitless inventory storage for my Captain America. And you can, if you want to, like swap these between accounts, right? So I can like grab the, like this, if this was like a Star-Lord piece, I could grab that and then grind it up. That's totally fine to do. Let's open these last 10 pieces. And technically I should probably open these on Black Widow, just because they could be regional pieces. But I'm pretty sure these are all, yeah, the Midgardia is not included, so I was just like, what the heck. I've never pulled a regional piece ever from anything. So I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. So a few World War II boots, which is great because we're about to do boots. Everything else looks like it is grindable. Just jump back in here. And this process, as you have already noted, can be a little bit arduous. But I think this is like one of the most rewarding things you can do in the game. You get the armor, you focus on the stats you want, and then you just kind of keep building until you can get exactly what you need. And I'm just working our way through. Don't really, with Captain America, I don't find that I have major stamina issues because I'm not just jamming all of his abilities. They do require the vibranium release and stuff, so you do have to meter them out a little bit more than you would as like Black Widow or Captain Marvel, where you're just like smashing through all of your abilities to do as much damage as possible with every passing second. Ultimate skill gauge recovery would actually be pretty helpful, but stamina recovery is not great, but cooldown decrease would be helpful, and ultimate skill gauge would be fairly good for Captain America. Now, at this point, you can kind of make a choice here. A lot of times I'll just like save these on a character. But today I think we'll see where we end up with some of these, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this is HP recovery is actually not terrible for Captain America, just because you can build a high health pool with him. And being able to passively recover that HP can be helpful, but it's probably not the priority I would make. Now, I do know that I'm going to want to take this helmet. I only have one, so we'll just go ahead and equip that one. We don't know which chest piece, we don't know which helmet or which shield, and we don't know which boots. So we're going to come back to the grinder, and we're just going to go ahead and enhance these. And I grabbed that one just so we have another piece of fodder to feed up into these ones. But let's start with shields. There are only two good shield options, both the dodge rate ones. Let's start with the higher one first. And we'll just go ahead and grab each of these helmets that we don't need. See where that gets us. We get dodge rate defense is not a terrible option for us, so we'll definitely keep that in the back pocket. Let's go ahead here, and we just need some more 2-star pieces, so let's just go ahead and grind all these up. And we will go ahead and grind all of these up. Looks like we hit enough for like 2 more pieces. Now, the one other thing I'll note here is if you really care about cosmetics, then you might be grinding a different thing. You might not even care about the stats. You just want to kind of grind that piece over and over again to get the different rolls for the cosmetics. It's totally a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, I could totally recommend that to you. Base attack, I think, is probably what we want. 1.6 is the highest, and these will carry over. By the way, they'll re-roll at the higher percentages, but they will technically carry over. So looks like we have attack here, guard damage. So one thing I can do on this is I'll just come through and I'll just lock the ones that I know I want to do. And then I'll just keep them in my inventory until I have the chance to grind them up and test them. So this one I know I don't want. Boots, HP recovery is probably not what we want. Ultimate skill gauge recovery I think was probably our best option out of all of these. So the cooldown decrease is probably also good. We'll just keep these just in case. Now let's... So I do have a 3-star shield. I have a 3-star boot, worst case scenario. So I do want to do this helmet first since we only have one. And I already locked all the ones I don't want, so we know exactly which ones we can take from. All right, defense pierce isn't all that great, but we did get a crit damage increase here, so that's nice. And then now we can go ahead and lock up that shield. That's a good drop. And we can swap out some of these other pieces. So let's go ahead and just grab a chest. We now have 3. We just need a chest here. 1.6 I think is the highest. Yep. Select. All right, we're short 1, so I'm actually just going to come in here and unlock one of these cooldown decreases, I think. They could be fine, but I'd rather grind up this armor right now and then worry about that later. So let's go ahead. Having a full 3-star set is going to be really nice, making my leveling much easier. All right, attack, crit damage. So now we got a few crit damage attack options between our boots and chest, or no, sorry, our shield. No, where was that? Oh, is our helmet. Okay, crit damage, defense push. Okay, so now we come back in. Now we can equip all this, and then we can go back to the grind. I think we should be able to squeeze out one more. Yeah, I don't love this HP recovery, but it's a reasonable option. And again, don't worry about the cosmetics. You can always come in, customize your cosmetics, and change them to be whatever you want. I often will just like go to the theme with one that I have a bunch of options. Just be like, yeah, that one I like, or this one I like, and then just change the look. And then however you change your armor after that won't matter. You can change that up, down, back, forth, whatever you want. We'll just grab that one because it's fast. Now back in enhanced costume. Okay, so we got a few 2-star drops. I don't think we have quite enough. I think we're missing one. So I think that wraps it up for today. So that was a lengthy explanation. I hope you appreciate some of this insights, and I hope this answers your questions, Justin Perez, about why you want to be quote-unquote re-rolling. Now, whenever you upgrade these pieces of armor, you'll notice, and I just want to clarify this last point, but as we upgraded these, you don't replace these bonus stats. They don't get replaced. They're not like Omega cards where it re-rolls. Instead, you're just rolling for an additional bonus stat, which could be the same one as one of the other ones. As you saw with, I think it was the boots, these had a double HP recovery that dropped originally, so you can re-roll them, and as with my Black Widow, that's definitely something you're looking for. But now that we're level 3 with this costume, we get the Sentinel of Liberty skill is increased by 3, so you can come in here and you'll be able to see its damage has gone up to over 1,000%. So I now have like a really good single target damage, which is really, really helpful for the PvE campaign and just beating the bosses. So I'm quite happy with this. I think 4-star is the sweet spot for alts, where 4-star could easily get you through the final campaign. You can even get a little bit higher. But as you can continue like re-rolling on all of these pieces of armor and grabbing them on alts, you're also going to get crystals and some of these other like Fury's classified data, Pym's research logs, and Stark's blueprints. So keep focused on those things. I think it's really going to pay off for you in the long run. Until next time, friends, good luck out there. Have some fun. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.